I spent $53,000 on my credit card last year. If you do not believe me, here is the screenshot showing it.
I have probably the most credit card debt out of anybody else on this app, and it is because I am addicted to spending money.
This is your sign to stop paying your credit cards. It's important for you to know that my credit cards have not been paid in many, many, many months, and whose credit score is going up? Yeah, this girl.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you guys for clicking on the video. Today we're going to talk about some things that, I don't even know where to start. Some of these are so bad that, I don't like to call anybody's problem insurmountable, but some of these folks have gotten themselves into some pretty deep waters. Let's check it out.
I spent $53,000 on my credit card last year. If you do not believe me, here is the screenshot showing it. If you've never seen any of my videos, last year I was in over $13,000 of credit card debt. I'm now down to $5,500. I'm also trying to save money to bring my mom on an African safari when she retires in a year and a half. And I just checked my Chase app and saw that I spent $53,000 on my credit card last year.
This is finally like a good story to see. When you watch a lot of these stories, like, you can get depressed seeing the murky waters that people are navigating. And to see that she spent 53, she had 13 last year and she's down to 5. Praise the Lord. I'm so happy for her because debt is just something that brings down your whole vibe. And so this is great stuff.
I have no idea where that money went. I know a chunk of it went to traveling, but there is no way in hell that was all traveling. I know we're not completely at the end of the year, but we're almost there. This year, I have spent $13,000 on my credit card. That is a major decrease in my credit card use. Also, when last year concluded, my credit card debt was at $10,000. I cut it in half this year. Starting the beginning of this year, my goal...
I find that a lot of people end up in this position where they are dumbfounded when they see their bill, or where they do a synopsis of everything that they've done throughout the year in their credit cards. And they're like, how did I spend this much? It's completely impossible. And it just reminds me of a time when one day I was looking at a credit card statement. This is like 7 years ago, and it was so high. And I was like, I have been robbed. I know 100%. So I was looking through the statement for some huge purchases, thinking somebody robbed me, somebody stole my card, or cop cloned my card, because that's happened to me before, and ran the bill up. Do you know I could find no purchases over $100? And I think it was like a $3,000 statement. And I was like, where are all these? It was a bunch of little purchases. And I was living in Brazil at the time, and the exchange rate was favorable to people who are using the dollar. It was like 1 to 4 at the time. Literally, I was going everywhere on Uber and buying out a bunch, but all those little itty bitty purchases amounted to $3,000. That's why I'm against using credit cards for like daily transactions, because from my own experience and from statistics, you spend more money when you use a credit card. Unfortunately, so I'm proof of it. These folks are proof of it. Like, who would spend this much money if they were using their own hard-earned cash? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. I'm telling you.
I have probably the most credit card debt out of anybody else on this app, and it is because I am addicted to spending money. It does not matter if I have the money or not, I'm going to spend it. As soon as it hits my bank account, it's gone. As soon as it hits my savings account, it's gone. As soon as I have money available on a credit card, it's gone. I spend and I spend and I spend and I spend and I spend, and I go to the store and I'm like, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Oh, my kids want that. Oh, my kids need this. And it's just, my mind spirals out of control until the damage has just been done, and it's just led to a lot of problems in my life.
I feel for this girl, this lady, sorry. I feel for her because like she herself is seeing the problem. She's seeing she's addicted to spending. It hits her account, it's gone. She sees it, she wants it, she buys it. And I don't even know what kind of advice to give to someone like this. Like the first thing I can think of is like, try to do a week of good behavior. Don't say to yourself, okay, I'm going to stop being this person, because you are this person right now. So say to yourself, listen, I want to do a week where I don't spend a dime on anything but necessities, food, toilet paper, water, right? Try a week. And you may never know what you accomplish in 1 week. You may say, wow, I did a week. Let me try 2 weeks. Before you know it, you're a month down. And the longer you go without practicing this addictive behavior, the harder it is to go back into it. So that would be my advice, because this is so unfortunate.
In my life. And so I have a total of $80,000 in credit card debt because of this. I was recently diagnosed with bipolar disorder, so it kind of all makes sense now. But it is something that I am struggling with, and I'm sharing my struggles on the internet. I'm sharing my struggles, I'm sharing my wins, I'm sharing my hard days, I'm sharing my good days. So if that's something that you're interested in following along with, then make sure you...
Hey, listen, $80,000 is a lot of money. How fast can you save $80,000? That's so much money. So much money. $80,000. I'm praying for you, girl. Like, I hope you get through it quickly too. And thank you for sharing. Like, y'all go follow her. Her name is Life with, I don't know if y'all can see that better than I can, but I don't know, Life with Randa _ Yeah, check her out.
Okay, I am slowly but surely trying to dig my way out of, currently it is at $33,000 worth of debt. And I always share my budgets on here, but I never truly reconcile the budget after I've done it or after the 2 weeks have passed. So I was just writing down all of my expenses, and I'm going to share it with y'all. Today, I'm just going to go through it real fast. Hulu, $317. Subway, $10.48. Walmart, $12.40. I had to buy art supplies for my crochet.
Did she say Hulu $317? Hulu $3.17 or $317? I don't think Hulu has any plan for any of those. I don't know.
Crochet business. Gas at Wawa, $37.40. My son's therapy, $50. My mother asked me to donate $10 to her March of Dimes walk. Friday, I went out to eat for $34.42. Spent $3.76 at McDonald's. Thursday, I sent my cousin $20, and I also spent $36.09 at Shake Shack for my son to do the video. Wednesday, I went to the grocery store, $21.96 and $2.85. Tuesday, Little Caesars, $4.23. Chipotle,
there's way too much eating out on here.
Grocery store Aldi, $31.54. Gas, $25.70. And then Monday, Roth IRA for my son, $5. Eating crabs, $26.50. McDonald's, $12.01. As you can see, I spend a lot of money on food. And
too much money. And let me tell you, you eating out, this is what keeps people broke. Eating out. I'm telling you. I cut out eating out 1 year, a whole year, saved thousands of dollars. I couldn't believe how much I was spending. Literally, one day I'm going to do a video about eating out, about the difference between eating out and just going to the grocery store and buying you some food to cook. I'm telling you, man, eating out is such a, just keeps people broke, man. I wish the best for her that she gets out of this $33,000 of debt. $33,000 is a lot of money. How fast can you save half of that? $17,000 or $16,500. How fast can you save that money? So for her to not only live her life, but then pay this off, it's gonna be rough. Imagine the lady with $80,000 of debt. It's gonna be rough to live your daily life, stay disciplined, and then put extra on top of this debt that you pay, continuously pay it off. It's hard, folks. You know what? I want to explain to y'all how banks make their money to discourage y'all from losing money by using credit cards. Watch this.
Every time you swipe your credit card, a quiet machine starts running, and at the center of it sits your bank, collecting money from multiple directions at once. The biggest earner is interest. When you carry a balance, the bank charges you an annual percentage rate averaging around 22%, far above what it costs them to borrow money. But even if you pay in full every month, the bank still profits. Every purchase you make triggers an interchange fee, roughly 1 to 3% of the transaction, paid by the merchant's bank straight to yours. Then come the annual fees, late fees, cash advance fees, and foreign transaction fees. Each one is a separate revenue stream, and they add up fast for cardholders who carry a balance. Banks also earn from rewards programs in a clever way. They attract high-spending customers whose interchange fees easily cover the cashback or miles given out in return. So the credit card is a profit engine with 3 throttles: interest from borrowers, swipe fees from merchants, and a menu of fees from cardholders. And the bank collects on all 3 every single day.
So guys, the banks are winning regardless. They're winning off of us regardless of whether you're keeping a balance or not. You need to find a way for you to win. And I'm telling you, the way you'll win is by using less credit cards. I'm telling you. Take it from somebody who has had $100,000 credit limit. I wasn't in $100,000 of credit card debt, but I have a huge limit. And, you know, we're programmed to think that that's a good thing. Oh, wow, the banks trust me and I can spend this amount of money. But it's not my money. It's not our money. The money you get comes from your job. Save that money. Or from your business. Save that money. Don't use credit cards. Use your debit card. Use cash. You feel me? And find out. Just do a little experiment and see how much you spend when you decide to not use credit cards for 1 week. I'm saying. Stick with me, guys.
I grew up with financially illiterate parents. My parents told me to not get a credit card at 18. I had to wait until I get a full-time job to get a credit card. There's one regret I have is not getting one sooner. So if you are 18, get a credit card if you are financially responsible. I got one 6 months ago and it was the Discover It student card. It's my first card. I was given a $500 limit. Being my first card, I taught myself on how to use it. With the $500 limit, I was under the 30% utilization. I would only use it for like gas or small purchases. I sometimes go under 30% utilization and actually do 10%. This made my credit score go up a little quicker. Also made sure to pay it off weekly.
Listen, like the advice she's giving about how to use a credit card, not bad at all, right? But the advice that you need to go get a credit card as soon as you turn 18, I'm against that. You don't need a credit card. People say, oh yeah, you need to build credit. Like how else are you going to build credit if you don't have a credit card? You don't have any debt. Listen. Why do you need good credit? You need good credit, everybody says, so you can be able to buy a house one day. Listen, you can buy a house without having a credit score. There are ways. One day we'll go through that. But guess what? That doesn't mean you need to go getting a credit card. I'm not against credit cards, by the way. I'm just saying the vast majority of people are not using the credit cards judiciously. They're getting themselves into deep problems that are not solvable overnight. Like you can't just, whoop, that's gone. Or you know what, let me walk away from this. No, these are obligations you have to pay that people are now trying to walk away from, and then they end up getting sued. In fact, let me play this video next. This person is getting sued because they refuse to pay their credit card debt.
I'm being sued by a credit card company for $5,000 for not paying the bill. You know how you don't know what you don't know? Well, I learned this the hard way. I got into a lot of debt being a single mom in nursing school. Like, I really racked my credit cards up surviving, you know? And then when I started making money, I tried really hard to pay them off, but it just like, I was drowning in it. I just like had a really hard time getting out of it. I tried to get a loan and I couldn't get approved for one, so I ended up consolidating all my debt. You know, like I did research it, like I understood I was gonna ruin my credit. I knew that it was gonna be bad, but I had just gotten a new car. I had my place, like it was fine. Like I could handle this for a couple years and just have bad credit for a while, then build it back up. And this is my fault for not understanding, but I just didn't know. You have to stop paying on the bills because they won't settle your credit card bills unless there's like, you're behind on them and there's a need for it. So you just stop paying on them, which felt.
Listen, I feel so sorry for this lady. I really do. And a lot of people are currently getting themselves into this position. But you know what the issue is? A lot of people think that when they're going through hard times, they have to rely on a credit card, right? And that sounds very like presumptuous. But let me tell you, if credit cards did not exist, we would find other ways to survive. If credit cards did not exist, you would find another way to survive. She also had a new car. Like, you should not have had a new car when your financial position is so compromised, right? A lot of people are even millionaires and they don't go and buy new cars. They'll buy a nice used car, like 2 years old, 3 years old. You got a new car. And maybe it's not a brand new car. Maybe it was new to her. I don't know. My advice is, like, if you're going through hard times and you're wondering, okay, how am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Credit cards are not going to be your savior. Find another way, right? Reach out to family, friends. It's embarrassing to do so, I know. But like living on a credit card, not the way to go, right? Because how sustainable is that? You have to pay it back eventually. And then when you can't, you end up getting sued. So I really feel for her. I'm not like saying that her plight is not legitimate, that she didn't have things she was going through, and she has kids as well. But the thing is, we've become a society too reliant on credit cards for emergencies. There used to be a time when credit cards did not exist and people were not dying because of it. Credit cards didn't come and save people. I'm telling you, you know? And I mean, I know some of my viewers are not believers in God, and forgive me, I just want to say, put your faith in God, not in the credit cards. Trust me, your life will be better off because of it. I know people who've gone through these issues who've relied on credit cards and some who've not relied on credit cards. And both end up in a position where they feel hopeless. But one ends up having to be a slave, paying back these credit cards. The other figures it out. You're broke for a while. You have no money, but at least you don't owe anyone, right? And you figure it out, you know? And that sounds a bit reductive, but I don't mean to disrespect. There are other ways to deal with hardship.
Did you put it on the card?
This is why you don't go shopping with your innocent, naive sister, because she just ended up walking away with a credit card from American Eagle.
They pay for it with the card, because that's how you get the $40 off.
Interest starts in 6 months.
So 6 months to cancel it?
I don't know.
She doesn't even know.
Bro, they gave you a whole manual.
I'm not old enough for this.
Yo, I agree with the caption they had there, right? This is why financial literacy needs to be added to the school curriculum. Yo, why is that not a thing? Why do you just get out of high school and not know anything about how to manage your finances? Not know anything about what's coming for you out there? Because these credit card companies come for you and offer you aggressively a credit card, you know, so you should know about it. But I don't blame her. I'm just saying, like, she's in a position where she doesn't even know. And these store people, they like to offer it, and they're obligated because that's their job. Their bosses tell them, hey, make sure you offer them a store credit card. She's saying, how do I cancel it? You can cancel it right away. Right away. I don't know if they immediately got her the credit card and then she used it, but she can go online, figure it out, call the bank, say, hey, this is my name, this is my social, get your credit card account information, or if it's not there with you, and you can cancel it right away. Pay the bill, cancel it. Not because you just got yourself into a position doesn't mean you can't get out right now. If you got a personal loan just today, the bank, the money hit your account, personal loan, you can return that money today. They may charge you interest for today because, you know, they charge interest daily. So it may be like, what, $10, $20, depending on your interest rate, depending on the loan. But like, you can return a loan. You're not trapped with the loan. Same thing with a car. You can buy a car and say, hey, I don't want this car anymore. And you can go back and try and return it. You know, you may have to figure something out with like the differences between the interest and how much you owe and all that stuff. But like, you're not stuck. Not because you made the decision means you're stuck.
Credit card debt? Bad. Credit card paid off in full every month? Good. When you pay debit card at shop, bank charges shop money. When you pay credit card to shop, bank charges shop more money and gives you little money back. When you pay debit card to shop, bank still charges money but gives no money back to you. Bank loves credit cards. Bank wants more credit card use. Bank gives points and money for credit card use. Credit cards with points and money, good credit cards.
I feel stupid, but hey, everything she's saying, 100% true. 100% true. The only thing is that if you do not have self-control, This is not going to work for you. You're not going to get these points won't mean anything to you guys. I think I did this last time, right? Like I brought up my calculator where I was like, hey, listen, look at this. If you guys are, say for instance, you have a 6% cash back, the American Express Blue Preferred card gives 6% cash back on grocery purchases. So let's say you spend literally, I don't know, $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month on grocery purchases. You're getting back 6% of that. That's $60. That's a lot of money, right? But let's say you don't pay your balance, right? In fact, let's say you only pay $300 of that balance and you start owing $700 and you're carrying this balance and your credit card APR is like 25%, right? This is the credit card APR, 25%, but this is the APR per year. They charge it per day. So divide that by 365. This is how much they're charging you, times that by 30, it's $14. That's $14 per month that you're incurring in interest. You feel me? You're incurring $14. Some of y'all don't pay it off at all. Y'all keep that 1,000, right? So if that's 1,000, 25, divide that by 365, times that by 30, you're paying $20 in interest per month if you don't pay it off. You only get paid the rewards. You only get the rewards once. That's $60, which is 6% of the $1,000. But if you don't pay your balance, you're incurring interest, $20 every month, right? And that this next month, you're going to be charged interest on a compound. So now you're paying interest on 1,020, then 1,040, which is more than $20 a month. So guys, make the math work for yourself. If you are not disciplined, don't use a credit card. If you know you're disciplined, you only spend this much, regardless of whether you're using a credit card or not, fine. Take advantage of these rewards. But if you are not disciplined, I even count myself among those who are not disciplined. Don't do it. Don't use a credit card. Use it very minimally, only for recurring charges that are automatic. That's what I do.
College tuition I paid with credit cards.
Oh, damn, they got you.
Yeah. No,
That's how they get us all.
No,
So he
I
paid
couldn't
for
get
college.
student loans because I was on a
He paid for college with a credit card. I've only heard of this one other time, and I mean, not a wise choice, my friend.
visa. I was a student, so I didn't qualify because I'm not an American national.
Yeah.
So I had to, but they will give you credit card. You see what they do? They won't give
campus.
they won't give you money to go to school, but they will give you a credit card.
To get you in debt, sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was using that credit card to pay my tuition, but then I have to pay that extra 3% processing fee. But that was the only way because we didn't have the money. So that's how.
Yo, that is so wild. Using a credit card for school, for college, like the average, like what's the average? Do you guys know what the average tuition is here in America? Guys, the average cost of tuition in 2025, I don't know when he went to college, but if you're paying for in-state public school, $11,000 for tuition and fees. On average, that's what you're paying here in America. If you're out of state, you're paying $30,000 on average for tuition and fees. If you are going to a private school, it's $40-something thousand per year for tuition and fees. Imagine putting that on a credit card. Yo, let's bring up the calculator again. If you're putting that on a credit card, 45,000. Let's go in the middle. Let's go like 25,000. $25,000 a year that you're paying for a 4-year college, right? But hold up, before we go and times it by 4, let's see how much you'll be paying on interest just for the first year, right? Average APR is 25%. This is how much you're paying in interest per year on this tuition. Then you rack it up to 50,000 because you're paying per year. So imagine 50,000, 25%. That's how much you're paying per year after that, after the second year. How much are you paying after the third year? After the third year, you're paying this much in interest per year. If you're using a credit card for your student, help us, Lord. Don't do this, guys. Don't do this. Just go pick up a trade. Go learn AI. AI is the next big thing. Learn AI, figure something out, but do not go into debt. You know how many people are out here regretting it? Check out the student loans video. People are regretting going into all this debt for a college degree. I'm telling you.
this is your sign to stop paying your credit cards. Okay? Now, this is not medical advice by any means, but it's important for you to know that my credit cards have not been paid in many, many, many months, and whose credit score is going up?
Not yours.
This girl. So it's all a scam. It's all numbers. Money is not real. It is just numbers on a freaking screen at this point. And same with the credit score. Numbers on a screen that go up and down like a teeter-totter. And sometimes when you're
I want to follow up with this girl. I want to see if she's going to post another video rebutting what she said. Something's going on there. Because if you don't pay your credit cards, your credit score goes down 100%. If you stop paying your credit cards, your credit score will not go up. That's ridiculous. Something's going on. There's a glitch. And sometimes these credit card companies actually do not report that you've been late until you're 60 days past due. So she's speaking too soon here. You don't get a bad, like a derogatory remark on your credit report when you miss one payment, the first payment. It doesn't happen like that. It happens once you've gone far from missing 2 payments. So she's in for a rude awakening, and I'm so sorry she's going to learn that. But come on, guys, pay your debts. You used it. You bought whatever you bought. Come on, guys.
I thought getting a credit card would be a good idea. I thought that I would be responsible and pay it off, unfortunately. I don't like to pay it off. I want the money.
You don't like to pay it off?
It's not that I don't like to. I don't want to spend the money. Yes. I don't want to spend the money because then it's not in my account and then I can't spend it on other things.
And this is what you want to be with?
That's why we're here. I want to get it changed.
I'm sorry. I can't watch any more of that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. That is just so juvenile. That's so childish. You spend other people's money, pay it back. Oh, you don't want to spend it by paying your credit card so that you can buy other things? Guys. What is happening with the world? What is happening with the world? I hope you guys aren't getting into these situations here. Manage your money. Live on less than you make. The borrower is a slave to the lender. I have been a slave. I'm so happy that I'm debt-free right now. And the reason I do these is so that other people can be whipped into shape. And I don't mean whipped. I mean just like be shaken into shape to like take care of your finances. Taste of the freedom that is on the other side. Like and subscribe, guys. I'll see y'all next time.
You don't need this credit card, this auto loan. Leave it all alone.